Hello?
Hello.
What's
We're
happening?
here. Hui. That was a close call. Well, on my part anyway. It's been a day. So I'll just leave it at that.
I had a long day too.
Well, you had a
But
busy day. I just saw you released a video too.
yeah, controversial video, of course.
Controversy is good.
Because I have come to the conclusion without a shadow of a doubt that the Mini 4K is a better drone than the Mini 2, without a doubt. Not even going to second
Do they
guess
have a
that.
better
It's better.
template
It's
now?
better in 100 different ways. And like I said, it's better. And I wouldn't say that if it wasn't better. It proved to me it was better.
I'm about that close to ordering it myself.
Well, you should get your freaking self some goggles too, because they're all compatible too. So that's another thing you're going to eat crow on today.
No,
because
that's
DJI,
yeah. I know. I already know. Goggles too are
DJI's freaking
compatible with everything.
They're kicking everybody's butt, and that's what their goal is. I don't know what they did to the Mini 2's firmware, but it behaves differently, especially in a long flight. It is way more reliable. The camera is just, I don't know what they did with the image quality on it, but I've looked at the 4K and in 4K on a giant TV, and it's really good.
Hold on. We got Blue Burger Night. Lori is here instead of Chuck.
All right. So we got some bombshells we're dropping.
Dan to the kitchen.
Lori's here. That's another bombshell. We got some bombshells going down. It's just like
Lori's
freaking
bombshell in itself. So, but anyway,
explosions going on all over the place.
So Chuck makes burgers and need a fork and knife. That sounds awful German. I think Germans about the only ones that would eat a hamburger with fork and knife.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's a more sophisticated way of eating it.
Oh, it definitely is. But
the only reason why the bun was created because people didn't have time to friggin' eat it. So that's what the whole idea of the processed patty, with throwing some stuff on it at lunchtime.
And Chuck says dinner was Cayenne Dan. Who's Dan? You mean Dad?
Dad, yeah, they keep calling me Dan. I'll be Dan for whatever. I could go and change my MO and open up all of my videos with, "Hi, my name is Steve," but I haven't gotten there yet. It's too professional, and I fear becoming too professional. My channel could actually grow. You know what I used a couple 2 days ago? I went on one of those AI video streams.
Oh boy, here we go.
I went on one of those AI producing video channels just to goof around with it. It's getting scary. It's actually really sad. It literally does everything for you. You just got to pay. It's just not free. I just did a fun video, like every know it all does on all the streams. Just throw together I just did a, hey, give me a logical, reasonable video for this problem with this, and I want it to be sophisticated. I want it to have this in the centerpiece, and freaking it created the whole thing, including the script. It's of course you got to edit it, but
okay. So before we get too far in here. Let's see
Stream's done.
the other folks that got here. So we got Eat More Possum, we got Lee Yellow Rose,
This
we
is
got
why the
East
stream's
Coast
going to be better
Squirrels,
today.
we have James Barreca from Fort Myers, Florida, and Chuck and Lori we already mentioned. So who else is here? I think that'll do it. So hello everyone. Didn't mean to ditch anyone, but seeing Lori coming in here.
Threw Kai for a loop.
Yeah.
But too many things going on today. Too much stuff.
So anyhow, yeah, no. Many-4K, I guess the big theme of the day was the Avata 2 update. Now compatible was Goggles 2, Motion Controller 2, Remote 2, Remote Controller 2, and does it make the Goggles 3 compatible with the O3 yet, or is that not?
And the Integras, I think the goggles Integras are also.
Yeah, Goggles 2 and Integras both.
Now there's still a huge difference between the Goggles 3 and the Goggles 2, and that means that you'd have to fly the Avata with the cable. You'd have to connect up the cable. At least I think. I don't think there's a workaround for that.
The Avata 1.
Well, for the Avata, since the Jeep, there's no GPS. Yeah, there's a GPS on the. That would be the question.
Goggles 3 have GPS built in.
Right, but the Goggles 2 don't. So what I'm saying is that
if you fly the Avata 1 with the Goggles 2, you still want to need the cable. Whereas with the Avata 1 and Integras, you didn't need a cable. And since the Goggles 3 are sort of like the Integras in that regard, and should fly the Avata 1 was the Goggles 3. Are we certain that compatibility is there going from the Avata 1 to the Goggles 3?
Well, I'm gonna definitely test that out. So it's just I got to do it in the morning. It's Hades hot, so we're back to the 100-degree. Well, we're not quite to 100, but 96. So if you don't get it done before 11 o'clock, you ain't getting it done.
And you also just joined us. Howdy, fella.
Theoretically, you can fly in 95, but it's not very fun. I guess in a park. You could do it in a park.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Avata 2 firmware upgrade was the big hit of the day. And yeah, that makes the Goggles 2 a little bit more important, since the Goggles 2 are compatible with the Vistas and the Air unit, the original Vistas and original Air unit. Now they've got the O3 unit. They're going to have the Avata 1. They're going to have the Avata 2. And
sounds like they're compatible with everything.
I mean, somebody needs to put out a chart. What's compatible with what anymore?
Well, I don't know. It's getting pretty easy to figure out.
See, Warren's got your solution right there. Just have the drone hover on top of you. See, you bring 2 drones. One to fly over, to hover over you, so keep you nice and cool while you're flying the other.
Yep. But yeah, it's just like I said, it's just nice. And no news, no word on anything else. There's no official anything, any leaks, any nothing.
Well, here's the big problem. The Goggles 2 are not compatible with Possum's face.
That's the problem with all of us. There's a big step in sideways
most of us
and
could
back.
use a little improvement in our face anyway. So I'd say, let's just get out a hammer and
Well, putting them on for everybody would be, oh wow, especially if it's been a while. It would be a quite a step. But
so I guess the big question is still, is the Goggles 3 now available? Was the O3 unit?
no,
Can you be
nope,
sure about that?
nothing that I've seen. I haven't heard. I did not hear that.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
you
uh,
get
by the way, but if all things considered, if you can fly the Avata 1 with the goggles 3, that means that yes, theoretically it's possible because it's the same, it's what's inside of it.
yeah, if the Vado one is compatible with the Goggles 3 now.
That
I
would be
don't even know
interesting.
what all is compatible with what right now.
I don't think nobody's done
That,
that.
that'll
I've
that'll
not
be
seen.
that'll be a project for Matt's Tech to untangle.
Well, that's what we'll probably wait for. But there was no information today about that. It was just those two, those two sets of gear being, basically you can take your Avata out and fly it, and your Avata 2 out and fly it with your 3 gear. And if you have your goggles, if you have your 2 gear, you can fly the Avata 2, which is nice. But there was nothing said about taking your O3 gear or your 3 gear, which is not O3 gear, it's O4 technically, to fly with, say, Mario up there. So, yeah, it says forward compatible is very difficult. It's the problem is they change the system, the chips and all that. So there's always a degradation of the quality of the way it functions, meaning that you either lose some range or you lose some, some penetration when there's definitely a when you're going the wrong direction, there's definitely a step away. And you've already said it that the gear that it's made for is what it always flies best with.
Yeah. I have
That
not
is,
had a chance to try out that Thumb Pro yet.
oh, that's right. And we have no word about we've got nothing, no information about the Insta360 Go 3
Go 3,
SE.
yes. Yeah. Go
I'm
3.
actually
No, it's
I'm
no,
actually really
no
interested in
E.
that because that could be a travel companion too for me. It's just something you can quickly you can stealthy have with you. And when I'm with people that don't like to be filmed, I need stealth. I need stealthy trip capability.
What are you printing there, Buster? I see your printer moved.
That's not moving.
No, but it moved its location.
Look, somebody washed my windows today. There,
You
the
do
window
windows?
washer came. The window washer guy came and cleaned all my windows. It's much brighter in my
I
room
thought
now.
you was the window washer guy.
No, I did windows for a while, way back in the day, and don't really like it too much. It's like, to me, it's equivalent to painting, but I can do it. But my windows are way cleaner. The last time I tried to clean my big windows, I looked back at them going, "Oh my God." I should have just left them alone. I could have taken a hose and done a better job.
But didn't they have that Windex? Didn't Windex have a little nozzle that you put on your garden hose and
All
spray
those
on the
gadgets,
windows? And,
you end up with a gadget sitting in your freaking garage that just sits there. You end up not using it again. It's just,
oh, what doesn't matter? You get so many gadgets in that garage. One more doesn't make no difference anyway.
no. Oh,
You need another gadget.
no gadgets. No more garbage in my garage.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to fess up now. Call it the dumbass move of the weekend. Went to the beach.
Uh-oh. Did you get a sunburn?
Jumped in the water.
Uh-oh.
Forgot to take off my glasses first.
Oh no.
So my good glasses are now, some Stingray is using those now.
Some scuba diver's gonna find them.
I freaking doubt it. As muddy as the water is down here at the coast.
Yeah.
I mean, I poked around for it, but there's no way you're gonna find those.
You couldn't feel them with your toes. Oh, that's
Nope.
better. I'm switching out of my Chinese glasses for my glasses that you lost.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were due for a replacement anyway, because I had them for about 2.5 years now. So it's time to. Well, it's time for a renewal on those things anyhow.
That's not fun.
So that's Thursday's project. Go to the optometrist and get new glasses. Yay.
Get a paying for program. You get good ones, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, the old HSA is going to suffer a bit on that.
Say your truck got broken into. Do an insurance claim on it. That's how I replaced 2 computers. One of the break-ins was real though.
How I mean, your deductible is more than what the computer is worth. No,
usually that small stuff isn't. You get it's kind of like you get a freebie here and there every so often.
There's nothing for free when you run it through the insurance, because they're going to come get you for it.
You got to be friends with your insurance people. I've had the same insurance people forever. They would like say I lost a drone. Mr. Croc is not expensive enough to put a claim in, but if I lost one of my really expensive ones, I would say it was ripped off out of my car.
I thought you went golfing to find Mr. Croc.
No, I went golfing to I'm trying to figure out which glasses Oh, that's pretty good. These have blue blockers in them. These are better for watching. No, I went to play golf to relax.
You abandoned Mr. Croc.
Different golf course. I can't afford to play that one.
You abandoned Mr. Croc.
Mr. Croc is unfortunately in a bad spot. That is for sure. While Kai is checking his messages here, I'm looking at Logitech Brio cameras because they are so dirt cheap right now. Everybody thinks they need a new camera. So the key is you see this one right here? Right there? That's a good camera, but it's not a Brio. I would love to replace that with a Brio. That's pretty damn close though. Brio's got great glass. kick butt camera. And you can get one right now for about $60.
Where are you
used
seeing
one.
it for $60? So that eBay
Yeah.
refurb it?
eBay, yeah, just somebody that's selling it. Here's one right there for $60. But just make sure when you look at it, you look at the images of it. A lot of them, most people are trying to put them on auction for about 51. Don't get the Brio 500. That's a freaking huge waste of money. Get the old Brio.
I see a Brio Ultra HD.
No. Just get the old Logitech Brio 4K. That's what you want. Well, Ultra, it'll say Ultra HD, 5x zoom, all that. I don't believe it's 5x zoom because I guess it is. I mean that's pretty damn good if you think about it. Well, it's just a great camera. Just really, really nice. Has the presets in there. Bang, bang, bang.
But the display is only 1 centimeter. I mean, that's freaking tiny.
Quality
versus display size 1 centimeter. I don't know what the hell they're talking about, but
okay, I'm just saying, if you want to replace that camera and you want to do it cheap and you want to put good glass in there, that is the best camera. When the Brio came out, those things were $200, almost $300, and they are now down to pennies. Then don't buy it on Amazon. If you're going to buy it on Amazon, you're going to pay $150.
See, right here it says display size 1 centimeter. Can somebody explain to me what that means?
There is no display. I don't know what's it displaying.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. And Jim's Stroning's in the house.
The only thing there's a couple of other cameras that are supposedly good for streaming. The other one is the Delgado Stream Cam. I haven't looked at, or the Delgado, he's called it Elgato Stream Cam. It's the other one. I haven't looked at those. I'm always looking for this stuff because the best way to buy it is because I think it does 60 frames.
I want some. I'm seriously considering upgrading my Sony from the ZV-1F to the ZV-1 Mark II.
You're just going crazy. Best thing for streaming is having good lighting. Like I've got in here, I've got good lighting. Alexa, blue light on. Right there, a little blue light behind you. Get a good camera, you're good. There we go. Get the backlighting right. For this hokey pokey setup. And then you take your second camera and you put it.
This is the one.
Take your second camera and then you do this with that right there. There you go. The ZV-1 Mark II.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you get yourself a good point and shoot too. You got, if that's the type of, if you're going to have multiple duty, that's definitely. I forget what I did a little research on those, and a lot of people said that the first version was still better I forget what the specific example they were using, but there was something about it that they downgraded something. The biggest problem with all the Sony cameras for anything is when you get into the real lenses and the real, the bigger sensors, stabilization becomes very difficult. So it becomes difficult to stabilize. So all of them don't stabilize like a typical action camera.
Well,
but they're
actually,
great for studio.
this one's supposed to.
But yeah, they're really good for studio though. Let's see what Jim say. 426. I gotta see where he's at here. Goggles 2, Integra controller 2, Motion 2, now compatible with the Vada 2.
Yep.
And Integra. Okay. I hope the Air 4 has a 3-inch camera. Oh my lord. That'd be like hauling around it'd be about, the box would be about this big.
And Scott's here. Jackrabbit.
I think the hype on of that Air 4, I think everybody's going to be surprised. It's going to have the micro 4/3. I really do. I don't think it's going to be a 1-inch camera. I really do. I think they're going to surprise everybody and put the classic, the Mavic 3 classic camera on it. It's going to be that same camera, so they can get rid of the cameras. They can get rid of the drone bodies. They just send them to Ukraine. That's easy. You just strap freaking RPG shells to them. That's why you can't find a 7 and a 10-inch quad anymore, because all the frames that CNC is making are going to Ukraine.
And they're going to come out with something between the Pro and the Classic. So some dual lens. I don't think they're going to stick the Mavic 3 Pro camera on the Air 4. But I can see what I would put the Hasselblad and the medium tele on the Air 4.
Well, we could have a little competition about that. I mean, I think that
here I'm thinking it's going to have the Hasselblad 4/3, and then the medium tele was the one over 1.3 inch.
those are aren't those the two cameras that were on the Mavic, the original Mavic? I thought it was a 1/2 inch and a micro 4/3.
That's a telecamera as a 1/2 inch.
All I can tell you is from the micro from the 1 over 1.3-inch lens, I have got some of the most stunning images. I just did a new intro for my channel, and I used the micro 4/3, not micro 4/3. I used the 1 over 1.3 shot with it in the right lighting. It is really good. Gosh, it's good. I looked at the footage as I was like going to record this thing, because I wanted, instead of using the fake background, I was going to use real backgrounds. I mean, shit, I got tons of real footage. So on my Stinger, I just look back at it today. I'm like, my God. So you'll see that in that new video I did, right? Right when it does a stinger, that freaking video is from a 1/1.3 inch lens. And I don't know how much better you can make a camera. That's, and stick it on a drone. It's just, it's killer. I don't think I have the footage, the stock footage. I think it's on a different drive. Otherwise, I'd try to show an image. Maybe I'd have to put it on a drive or something. I'd have to link it to a Google Drive, so you can get the real 4K or the real 4K. But no, the 1/1.3, it's just good. And what they're able to do with their sensors now is it's all about firmware and lenses. I think they're just maximizing that, because the quality of the image from from a lighting standpoint is it's not dark anymore. It used to be dark. Their color profiles used to be dark and kind of, and it made all the, it made everybody happy that wanted to have that, that footage that they could color grade. And now they're just putting out great stuff.
Well, Scott, Google listens to everything. So if you're getting these advertisements, it's probably because Google overheard your conversation where you had issues with any of these issues. So just saying. So anyway. Race Day Quads has a Memorial Day sale going. $10 off 100 or more, 25 off 250 or more, and 50 off 500 or more. So it makes it real tempting to get that Moonlight VTX, which I still can't make myself get.
If you want some Master Air Screw props, they're $14 for the Mini.
Yeah, Master Air Screws got their Memorial Day sale going. I think
actually their Mini 3 props are even cheaper. They're like $12, which is expensive, for most people, but because they're not, I don't know, they're about that much. They cost about that much. They're about maybe $9 for the reproduction of the DJI replacement props for the Mini 3 and 4. The 3 and 4 props are exactly the same, but those are really, really a good deal. I think I did a little spying on I did a teeny bit of spying on the Build a Drone Reviewer Fun Fest, and I thought they brought up a couple of really interesting things, but that that conversation came up. Same thing with they tried to do they try to look ahead at some of the stuff. I think Marcus has got the best insight because he flies the most. The other two don't fly hardly at all. But I still try to jump in and see what's going on.
But
here it is. Here's the Elgato face cam right here. It's 1080/60.
Okay.
And this is supposed to give you the best 1080 footage out of your, if you're doing live streams. This one,
you going to share it, or are you just going to tell us about it?
It is, I think I've already shown this, maybe. Elgato. That thing right there. It's got some pretty good reviews. $100.
Well, Pocket 3 had a firmware
Pocket
update
3.
recently.
Yeah, you can
And
do a Pocket
now
3.
the Pocket 3 actually has 4K webcam capability now.
It'll also do 1080/60. So it'll do what this camera does. Yep. Yeah, if you want to spend for the money for the Pocket 3, it does a great job with lighting too. I'm totally for that program. But to me, the best value right now, if you're going to get the best value, the Brio is the best value, even though this one here is about the same. I think they're sixes, but you can get the Brio cheaper because everybody thinks that because the Brio's so old that it's not really good. And I'm telling you, if I could have all of my cameras, all my web cameras, if I could switch them over to Brios, I would do that right now. I'm just too cheap to do anything.
No, anybody's hunting for a webcam. I got an old 922 laying around here that ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, now the 920s are they're old tech. You could go outside and use those, but like you're saying, the key is the software, the firmware that's running these things. They've got better light sensors. They're much better at helping to clean up the scene for you automatically. And to me, that to me is, the stuff I don't have to do is the stuff that makes it valuable. And the Brio is really good. It's got decent software, but it's hard to find. It's hard to find a deal on. It's hard to find these because these have good glass lenses. These got Carl Zeiss lenses in them. You got the Zeiss freaking glass, the real ones. You want glass. One of my camera channels I watch. I haven't watched him in a while. Yeah, I haven't been on his I haven't been getting notifications. I'll have to go and get back I think his mom died, so I haven't heard. He's been kind of quiet. That would definitely quiet a person down.
You
But
think?
yeah. So yeah. So anyway, but he's really knowledgeable. That's camera conspiracies. If you want a really good channel, I'm sure he's still making content. That's part of his healing process. But the guy, I'll put his channel. He's funny too. He's very witty and he does a lot of really, very his own style reviews. So let's see what's on here. Let's see. 5 days. Yeah, here. Here, let me just get this prompt up here. He's so funny. Oh my god! If I could be reborn into this guy's, I mean, he cares not about here. I'm gonna put it up there. He cares nothing about what people think of him. He is just unbelievably witty. He always starts with something like this. Here you go. Here's his. Here, I'll turn the sound off just so you can. There he is standing. He always has a good intro. You can see he's a Canadian too, of course. So, but he's barefooted, standing on a path, and he'll always pass people, and people are like, who's this weirdo that just passed us?" He's got 5 cameras and a huge camera bag. But anyway, I recommend if you want to learn anything about any camera gear, that guy. I trust him. He buys and sells lenses, and he's always talking about, hey, I found this really old lens. This is, if you have it sitting in your attic, don't stick it on eBay unless you know what you got, you know. I mean, some of those lenses, those old lenses are worth a lot of money because they're real glass. They're good quality glass. And a lot of the glass isn't quality anymore. So anyway, yeah, Canadian. But yeah, he does a lot of his own. He'll do his own, like, oh shiz. That's a cool commercial. He'll do his own little plays. Like he'll pretend to be 2 different people. Like right there, he'll go on one side. I have no idea. I've never watched this. There, and there's the other guy. So anyway, I highly recommend him. Like I said, if I could be reborn in his body and had that wit, I would do that.
So anyway, yeah, we don't know nothing else about the Go 3S. Darn it. Me, myself, and I, and the 3 of us had a party. Yay! Party! So, really not much happening in my world right now. Like I said, we did take time out to take a little trip down to the coast on Sunday. That may not have been my smartest move ever, trying to go to the coast on a holiday weekend, in the middle of a holiday weekend.
Yeah.
But we did manage to find us a little spot and get in a little beach time. So that was nice. Cliffield's asking, have you discussed this whole Insta 360 thing? Asking sponsors, creators to hack their sponsorships.
Yeah.
I've heard about it.
All right. Can I, you go see what you're going to say. I'm just going to put it bluntly about what I feel about it.
Be blunt.
I don't care. I'm a smart consumer and I look at lots of different examples before I go buy something. I don't care what they say. I really don't give a crap who's saying what, whether it's, I don't care about the ethics of it. I care about the people that are doing it. So if I've been following a specific creator for a long time, they have a very, very difficult, like even me. I mean, if I'm flying a crappy drone, you can tell that I don't like it. I can't hide it. So, but when I'm flying a really good drone, something that's very, very good and surprising, I'm in a different mood, you know? So I think it's important that you know the person, like Camera Conspiracies. I would go to him in a second to like he right here is what I looked for just a second ago, was a lot of people compare the Insta Go Ace Pro and Captain Drone. He says he loves the Ace Pro. He thinks it's the greatest camera ever made, and he's done some pretty good reviews. But this guy's a photographer, and he likes the DJI Action 4, and he's now doing I'm going to watch this review when our live stream's done, because I trust this guy, and he doesn't just let the camera act by itself. He'll say, this is why this camera is better, and this is what you can do to it to make it like a DSLR camera, or and he goes out and he finds the crappiest lighting situations and he puts them side by side, and he does the slow-mo stuff, and he has fun with it like a real vlogger does. To me, that's so getting back to the ethics of whether they should disclose a I really don't care. I don't I don't I don't let somebody have that much control over me. You know what I'm saying? Um I just signed an NDA for a scooter. You've seen a couple guys with scooters now, the same company, okay? And there's a long contract and stuff like that. But nowhere in that contract does it say that I can't tell it like it is. They just said just be fair. That's all the contract said. And 9 times out of 10, if it's crap, you'll see right away. So I don't
If
know.
there's a review of a product on YouTube, there's a high likelihood that it was sponsored, especially if it's on release date. Okay. I would say
Yeah.
about for the first week after release day, those are all sponsored videos.
Exactly. Because that's the only way they can get it.
Exactly. In order to have a video of a product on release day, you had that product ahead of time. Unless you're some AI BS artist that went on a computer like that one there and said, make me a video about this or that.
Well, the speculation videos that you're seeing right now, those are all AI created. They're all fake. They're all just that's why every once in a while, if you watch the scenes, a lot of the people that make those videos, they don't know the drones. So every once in a while, an image or a screenshot of something will come up, and it won't be the right drone. It'll be a different one. They'll be doing like a mini 4K, and it'll be a mini one. And people that fly them know the difference between them, what they look like. And that's the garbage that AI does. AI doesn't know the difference between a mini 2 and an Air 2.
You
It
know
can't.
what ticks me off way more than a guy that's been sponsored and not making sure that divulge that information, or these yodels that steal footage from other channels and puzzle it together somehow and release it to 3 or 4 channels of their own. Because there's channels out there. If you do a search for a product on YouTube, there's a couple of videos, and on a couple of channels, if you watch all these videos back to back, they use the same footage just in different sequence.
Right. And the computer's doing that.
And it's to them, it's a numbers game. Okay. They get over the 1,000 followers that they probably bought out of China or whatever. And then it's just a numbers game. They're just cranking stuff out to get it watched for revenue. So, no.
Yeah, and everybody's got an opinion
That
too.
infamous grain of salt. Well, for YouTube, you need like several grains of salt.
That kind of
Probably
gets
the
me back.
biggest source of misinformation.
But that gets me back to the mini 4K. I actually on my channel on Saturday, I got the box. It says mini 2, mini 4K on it. It says it on every box. I didn't know that. I looked at it and it says mini 2, SE, and mini 4K. But the camera on that thing is different. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you, I put some footage up, and when I look at it in 4K, it is really, really well lit. you understand the billion-dollar company that DJI is. And then I go to the Avata 2 footage, and then I'm like even more blown away because that's the micro or the 1/1.3 camera. But I'm just saying these companies are put there, but if you go to a C-Fly video or something like that,
Well, I mean, good point. Fly and Cadex is guilty of it, and a couple other manufacturers are guilty of it. For the website, they use bought images.
some Mavic 3 freaking footage,
They
just crop it in.
They will buy footage from whatever these sites are that you can
Shutterstock.
download and purchase pictures and or videos, and they will absolutely use that footage on their websites. We know Cadex done it. We know Fly done it. We know Hubson's done it. You know,
I'm gonna show you the two. I'm gonna show you the two AI companies that everybody's using right now. I'm gonna show you the two big ones. Let's see if I can find it. There's one. Sora is the other one. But they're all using the same. There's a couple of them. There's actually three. Here's two of them, and they all have the same. They all have the same interface. It's like this. It's like these AI companies are like they're basically contracting out to different people that are going to package that. It's kind of like a cheap drone.
Yep.
And so anyway, here's two companies here. Let me just put these up I played with one of them, and I wished I had the video because you only get so much time for free. They give you free time on it, so they get you hooked on it. Let me put it up here. Give me a second here. Just give me a. All right, there we go. So this one is the one that I sampled right here. This is called InVideo AI, and you go here and then you basically pull in. Yeah. Let's see. I'm not going to do it because it takes time for it to render. But you say just make a video. Make a let's say a 2-minute short. Make a 2-minute short.
About
Highlighting.
the Air 4.
Highlighting. Yeah. I got to be able to spell, guys. Doesn't care anyway. Highlighting the possible release of the DJI Air 4. There we go. Here, hold on. We got to do a spell check here. Okay. Let's see. I just did a 2-minute and just to see if it could render it quick.
It's thinking now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Search DJI Air 4 drone launch. So it's actually looking at some websites that are, this, like I said, this could take a minute, but I made it really short for the hope to see if it could render it quicker. I did a 10-minute video, and I mean, it created a script, and you can adapt the script to you. You can actually bring in your own footage, so it looks custom, like you actually did it. It does your voiceover. It can actually sample your voice and then talk it for you. So you can actually put your own voice in. If you want to spend money for the pro version, it'll actually learn your voice. I mean, this is insane crap. I can see some creators using this. I wouldn't tell you their names, but I definitely know that this would be something they would use. Okay, so you see this right here? Now it's saying tech enthusiast, futurist, or YouTube. Okay, we want a YouTube short. We want it for drone hobbyists. Let's say, let's make it sleek. I have no idea what sleek is. So those are the parameters, and now it's just going to create it. It's now the computers are generating it. This is actually going pretty fast, so this would be fun. And it's going to put music in it. It's going to, yeah, this is just crazy stuff. Found music and voices. So obviously I don't have this version here is not as customizable voice wise. I think, wait, no, this one is. There's another, the other one isn't. The Sora is the one that is being promoted the most right now. Sora's, I think Google, I think it's owned by Google. It's one of those. But this is how everything is going to be made. It makes zero sense to spend your own time to do something when you can take a program like this, have it render it. Now, right now, we're 16 minutes into it. I already gave it its parameters. I don't really care about how awesome it is right at this point in time. But if I want people to think I'm legit, I'm going to have to take a little time with this render, and I'm going to have to put my face in it, my voice in it. I'm going to have to bring in some clips of my own in there, but it doesn't take much, So we're going to let it and see what it does here, but it'll allow you to actually do adjustments to it. So it's adding music to this it's only a 2-minute video. So this should be pretty quick. And then it'll do different versions for you. So you can actually put it against a version 1, a version 2, and a version 3. This might be the one that I signed up for. I'll have to look and see if it has the other one. The weird thing about it is when I play it, you'll like, wait a second, I've seen this video before. You'll go, I know of this style. Really? That's fake. And the big problem is they're stealing voices now. So you can take, say if I want Ken Dono's voice, I could just sample his voice right off his channel. Just record it. And then I could play it into the AI. I could make a video for him. That would be fun to do, just, with his permission. Say, hey, I'm going to make a original Dobo video. You mind if I do that? Showing you how scary this stuff is. To see if anybody believes that it's real. The only problem I would have is his footage, because I don't have Florida footage. I would have to go hunting on Shutterstock for, for Florida stuff. But let's let this thing render here, and then we'll see what it comes up with. So we're looking for a speculation video, right? But I forget how many.
This is exactly the crap. If you go hunting for DJI Air 4 on YouTube right now, this is exactly the stuff that you get.
Oh yeah, and it's getting craftier. Unveiling the DJI. Okay, there it is. Sky's the limit. It's already got its title.
Yeah.
Unveiling the DJI Air 4. Oh my God, we're going to be done with this. Will be fun, actually. This is sweet. But this is a low quality rendering.
We're going to turn on the sound on that thing.
Yeah. Because it will be unlicensed, so it'll use footage that's adding music tracks, media tracks, finalizing. Here we go. All right. Look at that. Dad Random Original short. Let's see. Let's make it. Let's see it. It's a 480. Let's see if they'll make it bigger. Can you see it okay? Well, I don't know. I guess we can see. We can see that just fine, huh? Let's play it. Let's see what it. Let's see if we get.
Well, you got to enable a sound on your screen share.
Oh, on here.
You have to probably stop the thing and then go back to share again and share with sound.
All right, here we go. Let's get that in there. This is kind of fun. Let's see. It'll be interesting to see how this works. Let's see. Share window. Share a tab or screen instead. Let's see. To share audio, share a tab. Let's do a tab then. Let's do this one. There we go. Okay, now we should be ready. All right. Let's see what it said.
Am I the only one that didn't know how drones could get even better? Wait until you see the DJI Air 4. It's about to revolutionize your sky-high adventures. Gear up, drone enthusiasts. The DJI Air 4 is swooping into the market, and it's packed with features that'll make your jaw drop. Imagine capturing cinematic 4K footage with a drone that fits in the palm of your hand. Yes, DJI has done
that
it
one
again,
fits in your palm of
blending
your
portability
hand.
with powerhouse performance. With the DJI Air 4, you're not just getting a drone, you're getting a masterclass in aerial photography. Thanks to its dual camera system, featuring an f1, 7 main camera and a telephoto lens, every shot is magazine cover worthy. Whether it's a bustling cityscape or serene landscape, the Air 4 captures it all in mesmerizing detail. But that's not all. Remember the days when you had to cut your flight short? Not anymore. The Air 4 promises an extended battery life that goes beyond the usual limits, ensuring you have plenty of time to explore the skies. And for those who love a bit of tech talk, the Air 4 comes equipped with advanced sensors and AI capabilities that make flying as easy as a breeze. From automated flight paths to obstacle avoidance.
Look at all those
drone is
different
not just
drones.
smart, it's a genius. So, as we count down to the launch, the anticipation is sky high.
Now, you understand that all I got to do is just edit this a little bit. So, obviously I can change the voices. I can, and it's been overdubbed. So it's got all the text that comes up. I can change the music and make it so, for example, if I want to edit it, you can edit it. Okay. And then you see all the different scenes, you just change the images. So the images are correct. So like this one shows this drone here. And then there is my complete script. Okay. It wrote the script for me. I can edit the script. It's just insane what you can do with this. Let's see here. I just want to see. Here, let's go there. I just want to see what versions, because I can create another version, I think. Let's see. Yeah, give me a command edit. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to let's see. Let's add more. I want to add more cinematic scenery. Oops, let's see. Add more. More cinematic scenery. Yeah. And more technical details. So all I got to do is just keep adding stuff. So I can go and generate. So now it's taking the video that I have and it's doing its own re-edit. Not for you. Okay, I know this thing looks corny, but you got to understand that I can completely personalize this short. So I can take my own images, I can bring in my own thoughts. So I can change the voice so it sounds like me. And all the other things that I just did an edit to it. So I wanted to add more just more cinematic stuff to it. And I told it to add more details, more technical details. Cause it's yeah. The problem with this, Cliff, is we won't be able to tell. The good ones, you can't tell. It's very difficult. Especially if it's a creator that they can use their own likeness, they can use their own voice, they can use their own footage, and you don't know that it's not Captain Drone. He does this. I know he does. especially with the short form video. And I don't think he's wrong for, here we go. Here we go. Here's the new, I think this is the new version here. Let's see. You can remove water. Yeah. So anyway, and you're not really a bad videographer or a bad channel by using AI. It's just how you use it. You know, are you using it to make better content, or are you using it to just fool people? Because these things are getting lots of clicks. They get tons of clicks.
It's a game changer, set to redefine the standards of aerial innovation. Stay tuned and get ready to witness the future of drone technology, one flight at a time. Picture this, soaring over breathtaking landscapes, capturing every detail with stunning clarity. The DJI Air 4 boasts a 48MP main camera, 8K hyperlapse capabilities, and a 3-axis gimbal for ultra-smooth footage.
That's thrown. And does anybody think about this? If you're a person that doesn't know anything about drones, that sounded pretty impressive, didn't it?
Intelligent modes like Active Track 4.0 and Point of Interest.
Look at that shot there. What the frick? That's like a Phantom 2.
That's the Phantom 4.
Was it a Phantom 4? I can't even tell.
Was that Phantom 5? No, Phantom 5 is what we're hunting for, right?
Oh, and look at the prop there. You can, yeah.
It's a Phantom.
Press 3.0, make it easier than ever to get the perfect shot. And don't worry about low light conditions. The Air 4's night mode ensures your shots are always crisp.
This thing can take pictures at night, man.
And clear. With enhanced wind resistance, the Air 4 remains stable even in challenging weather, giving you peace of mind during every flight. The future of drone technology is here, and it's called the DJI Air 4.
I wonder if you posted this, how many clicks that thing would get. It's it's crazy.
Post it. I dare you.
Download it and put it up and see what it gets.
Yeah, I dare you.
I can.
Next Tuesday, I want to know how many clicks you got on that.
So all of the footage is going to have watermarks over it. That's the problem. All the Shutterstock stuff. The only thing you could do is you'd have to crop it way in or something. Yeah, because like you say, I wanted 1080p. Let's see if I can get it bigger.
Get ready to elevate your area.
I guess it is. It's playing it in 1080. Let's see the intro.
Am I the only one that didn't know how drones could get even better? Wait until you see the DJI Air 4. It's about to revolutionize your sky-high adventures. Gear up, drone enthusiasts. The DJ...
I guess I could just leave all the Shutterstock and crap on there and just leave the... and see what people say. Oh, guys, did you see how easy that was? I didn't put any effort into that. I didn't even care. And some people do that. They make hundreds of these, and they actually make money doing it. The problem is you have to be able to, balance the cost of the product, the AI generator, to what you're going to receive.
No, you need to have, instead of a random tech, you need to have a random BS channel that you put stuff like that on.
You get so many free minutes a week too. It gives you, I've used 2 of my AI minutes right now. So, oh, anyways, but yeah, you can edit this sucker, and I'm just trying to see if adding.
All right. Is it Taco Tuesday?
I think so.
Because we're closing in on your dinner bill.
This is Sora too, by the way. Oh, do I have a separate? Okay. Anyway. Yeah. So Sora is another one. But if you look at the interface, it looks exactly the same. Here, let me just so you can see that they're the same. Let's go ahead and just so you can get an example of what it looks like. See, same dang thing. Okay. Go to the generator. It's usually the same interface. And then once again, it walks you through what you want to do and the prompts and This one obviously has, you know, balance versus quality versus speed, classic. And anyway, so you got all kinds of, this one, I think you pay per video. When you're done with it, you have to pay for the output. So, all right. Anyway, we're done. We're done with that. But
Yeah.
that's scary.
But there's a lot of that stuff already being presented on YouTube. So, I mean, if there's somebody, and I think the controversy started when this one guy was in a hurry to release a video, and Insta sent him an email, and they wanted a certain section of the video left out, which also happens to be the same part of the video where he discloses that the camera was provided by Insta360. And there's like, well, you know, if you cut that section out and you cut out the part where it says no was provided, it's no big deal to us. So I'm kind of, you know,
Yeah.
are they really trying to tell him to cut out the part that he mentioned that the camera was provided, or they're just trying to make it easy on him?
Yeah.
But after that, you know, there's a couple of people that jumped on that bandwagon right away and said they had similar experiences. And
they're just trying to use a little bit of creativity to get you to do something, you know.
You know, I would say most of the reputable channels will put them right at the beginning of the video, and not just in sound, but also in the display on the screen.
Right.
That says, you know, product was provided by XYZ, you know, but my thoughts are my own, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I do think I think that's a reasonable, you know, request to put in an introduction.
Yeah.
On that last video where I stuck my master air screw props on there, I love the props. I like what they look like. I like the quality of them. They're good props. So I'd say they gave them to me. Here they are. And my drone sounds a little bit less loud. Does it fly longer? I don't care. I think I wanted orange props for my quad. It's a color thing. Does it work? Does it not work? I don't know. I think I think when they claimed the one thing, if you look at Master Airscrew, when they claimed that the Avata won, you know, I think, I don't know if that was mostly made up by influencers, because they did have something in their literature that said that it was a better prop for your, but none of us will test that.
Well,
I just like them. They're an accessory to me. And for the minis, they've always been good. Oh, actually, yeah.
All right, folks.
Anyway, yeah, we had you got some stuff to check out. Go check it out. Go check out some of those.
Joe Fodolio. Hey, Joe. Staying dry. I think they're pretty much dried out over there now.
Here, I'm going to put this link up here. That's Camera Conspiracies. That's his Ace Pro Action 4 comparison. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to watch it in a minute after I get going.
The power is finally back on. Well, good for you.
We've got electricity. We're happy.
No, the storms in Houston created quite a problem.
Quite a mess.
Yeah. it knocked down the big transmission towers.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Coffee.
they're for one, they're not easy to come by. For another, they take a little while to set up.
Like Joe saying, coffee, finally. You could do it the old-fashioned cowboy way.
On the subject of coffee, I'm going to ring the old Starbucks bell here for a second. But what I like is the Energy Double Shot, the can, the cooled can. If you're out like camping or something, those things are the absolute bomb.
The Energy Double Shots?
Energy Double Shot. And that doesn't mean there's twice the caffeine in there. That means it has caffeine and ginseng in it.
Yeah. So you like those? You like the flavor of them too?
Yeah, I usually buy the mocha one. But yeah, if you're out or even on a road trip and you just swing through a Walmart or whatever, grab a couple cans, throw them in the cooler.
Hey, Jackrabbit, the minute you get Joe to move to Florida, he's going to get hit with a hurricane. He's like, you were telling me that the weather would be better. Go to Jacksonville. I'm going to Tennessee. Hey, Tennessee's pretty. Tennessee.
I'm gonna tell a little some. So we're planning to take a little road trip to Florida in July. And we're like, talking about different ways of getting there. And then somewhere in conversation it was brought up, can we go through Tennessee? Somebody into
we could.
Well,
we could. It's possible.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to go up a highway, over and then down.
Yeah. We'll be in Florida in 3 days.
What is it? 40? What goes straight over? It might be 40.
It's 10 that comes from San Antonio going straight over.
It goes straight over, right?
Yeah.
I think Highway 40 goes right towards the middle. It might get you into Tennessee. I'd have to look at my highway maps. Any truck driver?
I think you're right. I think it's 40.
Yeah, that's what Joseph. Yeah, because the greatest thing that Eisenhower did for America, besides help us win the Second World War, we'll give him a little bit. I like
copy the Germans on the Autobahn.
I like Eisenhower, man. Eisenhower did a lot of cool things. Obviously, he got his ideas from other places, but we did in 1958 finally get some highways, and he, So when they laid it all out, I mean, they laid it out in a big grid.
Well, here's your little
highway 5, 10, 15, 35 in the middle, right through Texas, right?
Well.
Highway 90, 80,
70. The whole interstate system is kind of a copy of the Autobahn system in Germany, which was, a Hitler thing. But the purpose of the Autobahn was not solely as a highway system for civilians. Parts of it can be converted into runways.
That makes total sense. Ours was for moving military equipment. I mean, that's that's what, you want to move missiles around, and that's how we do it, by highway.
Yep. There was more than just, how can we get people from point A to point B? It's how can we get our military equipment from point A to point B?
Yep. There's a national interest.
So when you end up on a piece of highway that's straight as an arrow for about a mile or so, there's more than one purpose for that thing.
And they actually practice landing on those too. I don't know about the US Air Force. I know that's part of their, the short takeoff and landing is another one that's why those, like the C-17s and stuff, they actually work on that. They spend a lot of time on taking off of like a 500-foot runway. I mean, it's insane what those things can do. It's a freaking rocket. It can land and take off. I forget what the minimum distance is. It is so short. They're so overpowered. It's been a while since I've talked to one of my Air Force friends.
And really, who's the originator of the interstate system?
Who's their,
even before the Autobahn?
I don't know.
The Romans.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forget. You're right. You're correct. Yeah. Yeah. The Romans, there's a road that, there's a road. I love the old map of the Mediterranean. It shows you all the Roman roads. That's cool to look at. Literally every road.
An expression, many roads lead to Rome.
Almost every one. Yeah.
And
you can get from all roads.
The Romans started it, and it was not for civilian, meant for civilians. It was to move troops, and wherever they moved, they built their little roads to get troops from point A to point B.
Yep, you had to march a legion.
Yeah,
a certain number of guys, how many abreast, whatever. Yep.
So.
Yeah, and with that,
yeah, I think we're coming up on taco time.
Yeah, and with this chair right here, we will end the stream.
What?
There's a map of Roman roads right there. All the red lines. Look at North
Blue
Africa.
line for rivers, just in case anybody's wondering.
Yep. All the red lines there if they look red. So there you go.
So the blue lines for the highways of the Vikings, and the red lines for the highways of the Romans.
Yes. And yes, they did exist at the same time period.
Yep. And for some reason, they didn't mess with each other.
No.
Wonder why.
It's funny. Yeah, so if you have a time to waste, look at the interstate highway system and look at how it's laid out. It's pretty cool. Or if you want to get into detail of the Roman roads and how they were basically constructed, they had a
now that we're completely off subject.
All righty. Let's close her up.
One more for the wish list. I wish Radio Master would come up with a gyro supported receiver.
That would be cool.
Just a little stabilizing. A PWM receiver for like airplanes, where you don't have to go and figure out the whole freaking INAF and all that shit. Just little gyro on the receiver to give it, like Spectrum has the little AS3, whatever they call it,
just to give it a little stability.
Yeah, just a little stabilizer on there. So, Radio Master, in case you're listening, put that on your list. So, and we're not going to get into the fucks here and ELRS and all that crap over. My brain is fried today, in case you couldn't tell. It's been a day.
Yep.
So, all right, y'all. Any more words of wisdom there, Dad?
Nope. Like I said, go check out that video, man. Look at multiple. Both. What you can get an Ace Pro and I need to get my hands on an Action 4. I think is what has to happen eventually here.
And if you haven't done so yet, hit the thumbs up on the way out, please. I
Yep.
appreciate it. And
Yeah, that's about it.
And we shall see y'all next Tuesday, same time, same place. And until then, y'all have a good week.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.